I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. I get to it out the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays. Only way to way up way. Know my way, know my feng shui.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. Hope everybody's doing okay. Jumping in here. What's up? What's up? Wolf Rider here, guys. Thank you for the channel. If it's your first time coming into the channel, if you found us live, yeah, my name is Luis, aka Wolf Rider 750. And this is a rookie channel, just sharing my journey and kind of what I go through. I already have a little over a year, about a year and a half now in trucking, and I started with Melton Truck Lines, which we'll talk about in a little bit here as we let some of the guys jump into live. But we'll also talk about, do a little Q&A today, because I know I get little questions asked on my videos. Previously, if you haven't watched a previous video, we're actually, it is Sunday, and if you watched last video that I posted yesterday, they came live, or I'll add it to this when it replays. I'll add it, put the link up there for you. But we are just outside in South Alabama and Evergreen. Yeah, Evergreen, if I remember properly. Alabama just sounds weird, delivering in Florida down here, and geez, where we're going. I'm bad with names today. It's been a busy weekend, guys. Busy weekend. So but we're going to Pensacola, Florida, only an hour and a half away from here. So that's where we're delivering to tomorrow morning. And that's where I ended up the video yesterday. We took off yesterday. I ended up the video Friday. Let me correct myself. Friday. We took off Saturday for a few hours. We actually found a spot to do a little bit of shopping and things. So instead of running all the way out here and doing a reset, which was the original plan, we actually decided to stay where we're at last night. I'm just going to run recaps the rest of the week, and we'll do a reset next week, and everything should work fine for that for next weekend. So still will work just fine. So we'll make that happen. But again, thank you for coming to the channel, guys. Let me know if you're in the chat coming in here. Let me know who's on the chat in the comment. I see my man Emmanuel already. What's up? What's up? I know you got something to share at one point. I would love to bring you in, but I know you just started that journey, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it for later, brother. But I hope you're doing good. You didn't call me back yesterday, though. You're supposed to call me back. You're supposed to call me back. So I'll hold you to that. Never call me back. I hope you're doing all right. I know. Yeah, I know. What's up, Big Curb? What's up? We want to catch up here. What's up, Curb? Finish your first week training with Melton. Awesome, man. Stay in Share Plus. Yes, you got that first week. Been there, been in that hotel. Know them all, both of them. They'll switch you from that hotel, Big Curb, to the next one when you finish orientation, and you wait on your trainer if you have to wait more than a day. They'll switch you to the other one in Catoosa, which is closer. So hope it's going well. We'll talk about Melton in a little bit. I'm sure Big Curb can share, but please don't yell in the chat. Let me get to that point. Manuel, already noticed you got glasses now. I sure do. Well, that was part of what was going on yesterday. I ended up having to. I wear contacts most of the time. I've worn contact actually for the last, I know, at least 5 years. It may have been 6 years or even 7 years that I've been wearing contact, no glasses. I had a set of pair of glasses. They broke at one point, and I didn't get any others. I've been wearing contacts since then. But I want to, the personal level, yeah, I have a bad habit that I leave them on, guys. I'll go to sleep with them and keep them on. And it doesn't bother me. But when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'm pain in the butt. You get those little crap stuff in your eyes, and you got to be careful with the contacts and get them all cleaned up real quick, put them back on. Um, but it was part of what I stayed yesterday. We stopped at South 57, was right before you take 24, um, and decided that there's a lot of shopping in that next to a truck stop. I mean, there's Walmart, there's all the fast food restaurants, there's other restaurants to eat just in the corner in that exit. I'll try to look it up here in a little bit, but we had to go to Walmart, do some our first little grocery shop. So we stay there. Long story short, we decided, I saw the optometrist office just right across the street from the truck stop while I was sitting on the truck. So I called him up, I had an appointment. So, and I didn't realize until I went in that they actually make glasses right there and then. So I was able to get two pair of glasses. So I got another set of glasses. These are less expensive than the other one, and got a big discount for that. So like I got two pair of glasses and just kind of let my eyes rest from the contacts. But I'm getting used to them because I put them on, and I see, if any of you guys who wear glasses or contacts know that you put a brand new pair, it's kind of like, whoa, you go from like 1080 to 4K type. And yeah, that was it yesterday. But I haven't worn glasses in so long. It gave me a headache when I first put them on. So I had to put my contacts back on, go to sleep, and I just started this morning. I'm still getting used to them. So they look nice. They look nice. Looks, still getting still getting used to it. Got so much there. Um, but yeah, that's part. I got glasses. So you guys gonna be seeing me in glasses for a while. Can you guys see me okay? Let me do a sound check real quick while I catch up on the comments here real quick. Give me a thumbs up, guys, so I can hear me. Make sure to hit that like button. If you are liking the content and you're out here chatting with me today, make sure you hit that like button. I should appreciate it. Professional Bassett. Bassett, I'm in 2 weeks of orientation. I'm Melton. Awesome, man. Awesome, man. How's it going? How's it going? How you liking it? Let me know. Coming in a great time. All right, man. All right. All right. I'll hold you up to that, bro. uh, what he said? Catching up here. I don't know if you know that I have glasses too. I don't know. I don't think I've seen you. Yeah, I have. Yeah, actually, I have seen you in glasses, but not very often. But I've seen you in glasses. Yeah, I'm getting used to that, man. Getting used to them. Feel a little better this afternoon, but this morning it took me a little bit. I'm still getting used to having stuff in my face, but again, after 5+ years, but doing good. Um, well, let's get right on it. Part of the Before we go into Q&A, let some of the other guys jump in. I hope everybody's doing fine. Like I said, we're doing great. Ashley's back there playing video games, got a headset on, riding a headset, so it's going well. But I don't want to show you guys the truck yet because I'm going to record that video because, uh, especially for those guys who are T680 fans, this is a different model truck that you won't find a video of it. Not the model, at least the way it's designed inside. Not necessarily so much the outside, but the inside. Uh, you won't find it on YouTube. Believe me, I looked. So for that reason, I do not want to show you guys right now. I want to work on a video. We're 99% done organizing it. Just got maybe about 1, 2 things to kind of put in place. And then I'm going to work on that video in the next week or two. And then I'll post that up. So look for that if you want to see. But I'll tell you, this is a difference. I looked all over the place, all over the web, to have an example of this truck and how to, what to expect on the inside. And I have not found it at all. So I'm sure it's going to get, lots of views because it's different. It's a different style that Tennessee Steel Haulers TSA gets for the lease ops, that we have here. So what we got? Professional basses. Yeah, it's going well. Like the group got some orientation, like the company, the training. That's awesome. Awesome. Your bass play guitar. Nice, nice. That's pretty cool, man. Virtual bass that I actually played. I played the flute. Believe it or not, I played the flute from junior high to high school. Learned clarinet because it's similar saxophone. Uh, and I know keys, a little bit of keyboard, piano that I've learned on my own, and I played for like 10 years in a Christian church ministry for about 10 years. I'm not a professional at it. I just know how to play contemporary worship, and I go by ear. So that's kind of how I do it. But I love music. I got into music. If it wasn't for other things in life, continue planning. One day I'll get in my sax again because I love the saxophone. That's my favorite thing. And I play drums a little bit. I love drums as well. Guitar, I'm trying to learn. Uh, Whenever we have a home, then I'll probably pick up a guitar again and I'll continue learning where I was at. But I'm very basic on that one. But yeah, I love music, man. All right, been playing for 24 years. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I'm gonna have to hit you up so you can teach me a little bit of that because I know bass is. I tried. I think I tried it once. I think I tried it once. One of the kids in our ministry back in the day was trying to teach me. But that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Love music. Uh, love music. I've always paid attention to instruments, but glad it's going well with Melton. I'm sure Mr. Bassett knows as well as Big knows at this point that real quick, Melton gave a raise this last week, announced a raise that they announced to their current employee, at least when I was still with them at the beginning of the year when they did the TAR pay. They said they were going to do a cent per mile raise towards the summer, and they made that announcement. So I don't know, any of you guys are still interested again, even though I'm not with them anymore, I've moved to my next level and my next goal of things, and we can get to that if you guys got questions for any of you guys who may come to the live that ask questions. But if you're coming in, this is a rookie channel, so I'm always going to direct them in that sense. So if you're coming into the industry, if you're looking into Melton, looking into flatbed, and that's what you want to do, I would definitely consider going to Melton. Great company, $100 TAR pay right now, which is what they did at the beginning of the year. They raised that, and right now they did a raise they announced a raise last week or this past week, and then it comes into effect next Tuesday, I believe. The June the 8th is when it actually comes in effect for those who are currently working with Melton, and for you guys who are right there in orientation, you guys gonna, already taking advantage of this when you guys get on with your trainers and get your own truck, right? After your orientation and your training with your get upgraded to your own truck, then you're be getting that raise as well to start with. So it used to be 46 cents a mile to start when you start fresh out of school and no experience. So it's now 47. So they gave 1 cent raise for those that are coming straight in with no experience, coming straight out of school or very little to no experience. You're going to start at 47 cents now. You're continually going to get this 1 cent every 3 months for your first year. And at the end of the year, you get that fourth quarter, cent plus the 1 year cent. Now, what they added and they changed, and this is in order to promote, to stop some of this, revolving door that they have from a lot of new guys. And this is a company move. I think it's a smart move, and I think is well deserved for the guys who are there for the year, and that's what you want to do: stay company driver for a little bit longer, or for a long period of time with them. They at the year you're going to get a 5 cents raise instead of a 1 cent raise. So you're going to get your 4 increases during your first year, and then you're going to get a 5 cent raise at your 1 year mark. So instead of ending at 51 cents, you're going to end up at 56 cents. And if you hit 120,000 miles or more during that first year, or when you hit that, you'll get another cent. So you can actually be at 57 cents in your first year with them starting, but that's after your year mark. So I think that's a cool thing. I questioned it, honestly. I talked to one of their to Angie, those who are at Melton and already part of the production page or the main office page. I spoke to Andrew again on Facebook uh, the day after because their Instagram post, when I saw it, uh, I was unhappy. As a past employee, I don't work there, but I was a little bit disappointed because they didn't explain what they were doing. The Instagram post, the YouTube, they got a YouTube video. If you're interested, you guys go to find it, but you guys can go check that out. But their Instagram post didn't share that. It just said that they gave a 1 cent raise, and then they would increase, for those who have year plus experiences to a max rate. I think it was 63 cents a mile. So I thought at that moment, my first impression is like, damn, just 1 cent. That's not worth it. Like I expected more. Uh, so what they did is basically they did give them 1 cent, but their main increase and the biggest increase is after your 1 year. So if you want to take advantage of that, that extra 5 cents, you have to stick it out for that 1 year. And I think it's worth it for you guys that are coming straight in. Um, taking advantage of $100 tar pay, and then you got your 5 cents raise at the 1 year mark. It's definitely very good. Definitely, I think that the biggest challenge as a company, but that's what an OTR company is, and you guys have to come with that mentality. I said it before, is that it is OTR. You're not going to be home every weekend. If you live in the Texas area, you can get into that regional, then that's a different story. But speaking in general, you're gonna be out several weeks before you go home. It's not gonna be an every weekend thing, and that's again, make plan, know where you're getting yourself to. It is a sacrifice, but if you're coming into the industry and you want to do flatbed, I definitely encourage you to really consider Melton and hustle and do the best that you can that 1 year. You'll definitely make the money if you hustle, deal with family, work with family the best as you can. You guys, if you see me yesterday's video, go check it out. I spoke about that heart to heart, and we can talk about that in a little bit as well, a little bit more. But have a plan. Know that there is sacrifice coming into trucking. That's all I'm trying to say. And you have to have a plan. I'm going to continue preaching that consistently during this channel for you rookies. And I'm speaking to the ones that are coming into the industry. And maybe those who have been here a couple of years without a plan. You need to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan of what your end game is, what you want to get out of trucking, and for yourself, for your family, your career, your future, if you don't have a plan, you're going to be bouncing back and forth. And I already see it in a few people. I've had family that unfortunately bounces back and forth, whether it's in trucking or other industries, but that's because there's not a plan. I did when I was younger as well. Been there, done that. So I'm speaking from myself, from my own experience as well. So I have a plan. It's paying off for me. That plan is paying off, and that's what keeps pushing me every single day to continue hustling and doing what I'm doing. So let's see. I'm catching up. I don't see any additional new comments, guys. But again, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I had to turn the truck on. We do have an APU. An EPU is an electronic. But it was on for a little bit before I was about to do the live, and then the inverter started beeping. She's playing video games, so it's pulling a little more power, so the truck asked me. So let me know that you guys can hear me okay and everything looks okay on your side. Give me a thumbs up. I would surely appreciate it. Trying to see on my phone, but I don't like to put the speaker on my phone because that's going to echo. So you guys can give me a thumbs up. You guys hear me okay? Then we'll continue with the chat. But while I wait for a thumbs up, I do want to talk about one of my sponsors of the channel. I don't put them on every video, guys, but it's part of what it is. So just watch this quick little clip right here. You guys keep putting the comments in. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys can hear me, and I'll be right back. All right.
What's up, guys? Wolf Rider here. I just want to take a quick moment to thank one of my sponsors of this channel, and that is Trucker Path. Trucker Path is one of the tools that I've used from the beginning of my rookie career here at Melton, and I use right now every single day. Trucker Path is an easy tool to download to your phone today. You can find truck stop, parking locations, rest stops, Walmarts, and many other point of service that you can need at any given time while you're on the road. Make sure that you have ChuckAPath on your phone. I have a link below in the description where you can download it. Doesn't matter if you have Android or an Apple phone, it's available for you. So make sure to check them out for yourself. They have added many different features, and they got free version as well, other pay memberships that give you even more and more tools as a trucker nowadays that we all need and we have needed access to on an everyday basis. So make sure to go check them out, guys. I just want to give them ChuckAPath a quick thanks for sponsoring our channel, and we'll keep on moving. So for right now, let's go back into creating some more videos.
All right. Appreciate that. ChuckAPath, I get that question. Do I use them? I definitely do. Use them every single day, different ways. I save my favorite truck style. That's how I double check that I'm going to get to parking, especially if I'm having to drive later in the evening. Definitely use them a whole lot. So if you haven't checked them out, when you guys come into the industry, if you haven't downloaded the app, go download the app. I would add if you look at one of my previous videos, yesterday's videos, go click on the link that's on there under my description box. There is a discount code right there for ChuckAPath for your trial. Go check them out. And, if you have any questions, feel free to it's a tool for us to use out here on the road. And you can find truck stops, you can find fuel, you can find Walmarts, the weigh stations, where they're at, your rest stops that you're on the route. You can plan your route if you want to get one of the highest plans later on. You can even plan your whole route through there. It has a GPS navigation. They are working on some upgrades that we suggested for them to work on as well. But go check out the link. And in the description on the previous video, I will add it to this one on the replay. But let's get back to the comments here. What's up? Mr. Pruitt, how's it going, buddy? What's up, my man? I'm doing all right over here in South Alabama, going into Pensacola, Florida tomorrow. Doing all right, man. How you doing? Pruitt and I have been always chatting. He's one of the ones that always email back and forth every so often. So that's pretty cool. Wearing glasses, getting used to this, man. Getting used to this, Chris. Miss Bassett, question: the second week of orientation, did they give us a chance to work with the Qualcomms, or would that be with your trainer? There, I believe, if I remember properly, professional, they're gonna give you a quick run, like just an overview on how the Qualcomm looks, but you're really gonna get into that with your trainer. That's not gonna be in the classroom. Now, just to keep in mind, I went through when they were just having the 8 days orientation. You guys are doing 2 weeks, but my understanding and the information I got from the office a few months back before they started is that the additional days of orientation is more towards securing and give you guys more time to practice your securing, getting all that set up. So anything that has to do with really playing with a Qualcomm, you're going to do most of that with the trainer, going over it, and you're going to be using that every day for the life of your trucking career. Or else you decide to go hunter up and get one of those old trucks that doesn't require a ELD and go paper, right? But still the same thing. All right, Christopher, doing good, man. Everything's good. I'm glad to hear, man. Good to hear. We're good out here. We're doing our thing. I was brain fart. A little brain fart. But no, we're doing well. Has anybody got any questions on what I'm doing right now? Feel free to drop them. I do plan to do a video on the lease purchase, and I know based on what I've talked, based on my research in the past, the trucking, looking at plenty of other videos, that there's a lot of guys that are on YouTube that talk a lot of negative things towards the lease purchase. And with all, I do understand their points of view. I thought about it very hard as well when I was offered this lease purchase. But it hit all the key points that those who do talk about a lease purchase talk about what to look for if you decide to get in one. So it definitely hit all those key points. And I'll do a more detailed video on the lease purchase later on, pretty soon. I've just been rolling, so I'll be working on that pretty soon. So Um, but if you have any questions that I can ask, I can definitely ask over here. Today, I didn't come with an agenda, guys. I just wanted to, wanted to share a little bit about the raise and Melton provider for those that are still looking into them and coming in. Um, but it's up to you. You guys can throw the questions in, or we can chat comments. It can be about trucking. It can be about personal life, whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to talk about. Just put it in the chat. Let's talk. I just wanted to catch up with you guys. I should appreciate you guys watching the channel. All the new subscribers that have come in the last year, man. It's the channel's blowing up. We're almost at 1,000, and that will give me a little liberty to do a little more updates on the app. I tried those shorts. If you guys saw the shorts, last minute I kind of realized that they added that to the app. So I gave it a shot just a couple of times. It did get a pretty good amount of views. So I don't know. You guys let me know that you want me to continue doing those little shorts video. I can use them to update you guys in a day or not, or just kind of do some fun stuff with it. But I don't want to saturate my channel with shorts because it pulls me, reminds me of Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, make sure to follow me there. I'll put the info here right now real quick. Sorry, I know that makes you guys shake a little bit. But you can follow me on Instagram or on Twitter. Wolf Rider 750 right there if you don't follow me yet. Twitter, I'm a little bit here and there, but Instagram, I'm daily. And I post a lot of pictures when I pick up loads, sometimes a quick little videos when I'm there. So just follow me there. It's another way to connect. And I've said it before. If you want to connect with me directly, that's the fastest way. Email, I check them every few days. And of course, the comments here on YouTube, I get to pretty much almost, fairly quickly with you guys when you guys comment on the videos. But other than that, that's a good way you can follow me right over there. What's up? 50 plus in the house. What you got for do? I'm about to add a new win to my house with a racing. Nice. Hey, nice. Hey, if you guys didn't know, for those who may follow, if you don't follow 50 plus, he is currently still a Melton driver. He's the original guy right now, but he's a Melton driver. So go check out his channel. Great content as well. He's an awesome person, and we've connected for a while. I watched him since he was Swift, and then he jumped into Melton like a month before I started. So that was pretty fun. The whole thing is we still haven't had a chance to meet, man. 50. Still haven't had a chance to meet in person. I was in Tulsa one night. He was there, but he was sleeping. I didn't know he was there till later on the day after I left. So, but 50, I hope you're doing all right. If you guys didn't know, 50 got bit by a rattlesnake in Loretto about 2 weeks now, almost. About 2 weeks, 50, and he's doing way better. He's at home, and I saw your video you posted a little bit ago. I was watching that actually before I came to live. I saw it post in my feed. So you're pretty going back to work here pretty soon. But I hope you're doing all right, man. Glad you're doing better, and that didn't get any worse. So love and hugs from Ashley and myself, and I'm glad you're doing all right, brother. So, but thanks for joining in. Be sure to comment. We got to get together. We probably should do one of these lives. I'll send you a link and we can chat for a little bit. Let me know when you like that. We can definitely make that happen. Let's see. Got a question here. There you go. Another question about the trainer. Still working on getting warm and fuzzy for the time clock. Yeah, it takes a minute. Will the trainer help you with that if you need a little assistance with that? Definitely. Definitely, Mr. Bassett. The trainer should help you, and 50 right there. I'm sure 50 is a trainer right now, so he can answer that as well. 50, you don't mind answering that question below if you're on here, but make sure to answer that real quick for them. But I'll answer my part. Yes, the trainer will help you get situated. 50, if you're in a good spot, I'll send you I'll figure out this real quick. Send you a link, bring you in. if you want to come in on your phone or whatever, you just let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I'll bring you in here for a little bit if you have time. But yeah, the training will help you as far as everything with time, managing your time. Definitely have a plan, study it. Uh, I'm sure with your teammates, but they will go over with you as far as managing time and how that's going to work. Once you're in the truck, everything just starts clicking and making sense. In the classroom, you're getting a lot of information, verbal information, video information. Um, but once you're in the truck, things starts making more sense on how they're going to work. Um, and your trainer should help you kind of make all those points fit, how you go from A to Z, and how your day should work. Now you're going to manage it. You're going to do it. You're going to manage it. Let me finish this question real quick. You're going to manage it on your own pace once you get in your truck, but they will help you get in it. Guys, give me a second here. I'll be right back. I'm going to bring 50 in and figure that out. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back here live shortly.
What's up, guys? Wolf Rider here. I just want to take a quick moment to thank one of my sponsors of this channel, and that is Trucker Path. Trucker Path is one of the tools that I've used from the beginning of my rookie career here at Melton, and I use right now every single day. Trucker Path is an easy tool to download to your phone today. You can find truck stop, parking locations, rest stops, Walmarts, and many other point of service that you can need at any given time while you're on the road. Make sure that you have Trucker Path on your phone. I have a link below in the description where you can download it. Doesn't matter if you have Android or an Apple phone, it's available for you. So make sure to check them out for yourself. They have added many different features, and they got free version as well, other pay memberships that give you even more and more tools as a trucker nowadays that we all need and we have needed access to on an everyday basis. So make sure to go check them out, guys. I just want to give them Trucker Path a quick thanks for sponsoring our channel, and we'll keep on moving. So for right now, let's go back into creating some more videos.
All right, guys, we're back. I got 50 on here. We haven't pre-planned anything, but we'll get them here fast as best as possible to see how it goes. And you guys let us know if you guys can hear us. Thanks for hanging on in there, but let's bring Mr. 50 back. Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, look at there. It's worked, huh? Can you hear
There
me?
you go. I can hear you. Just cut off there for 1 sec, but
You got it now? It works?
yeah.
Good, man.
How you feeling?
Much better, man. Much better. One of these days, I'm going to be on your level where I can kind of add people in, all this stuff you do.
I have told you that you can reach out anytime. I can show you the trick.
I know, man. Look here, you get those guys on your truck, man. Those students, start training, and they just become a focus. You can't do much other than deal with them,
Oh, I know how that goes. I know how that goes. That's definitely cool, man. How you feeling?
I'm much better, man. Much better. I struggled for a little while, because when you're recovering from something that powerful, man, it can take a lot out of you.
Yeah. I've never been bit, thank God. I love snakes, but definitely not rattlesnakes. But that was crazy.
It'll work if I turn it like this. That works better.
Yeah, that's much better. Look
at there. I was holding my phone like a rookie.
Yeah, you're a rookie. It's a rookie channel. That's what happens.
I simply, the snake just did what it's supposed to do, man. I mean, I was walking through walking up up to the back porch where the barbecue pit is at the terminal there in Laredo.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at a barbecue pit, then there's a park bench right next to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I was walking between those two, and the snake did what it's supposed to do, man. I mean, I almost stepped right on top of it. It was
wow.
It wasn't trying to, just be horrible. It just did what a snake does, protected itself, and I absolutely didn't see it. It was dark under that little porch area. It's like 9 o'clock at night.
Oh
and
wow.
almost stepped right on top of it because they had the video and I watched it. I was like, holy cow, you don't even see it. You don't see it until I move and then you back it up and then look good. You can see the snake on the ground, but it's camouflage. So,
Who had the video?
well, you can't fart on Melton's property with that. They know what it smelled like. They know what you ate for dinner. They know everything. What you talking about, man? Oh, there was cameras there, and they say, "Hey, look at this! Look at that!" I was like, "Holy cow, man!" It was amazing that, it felt like, like you maybe touch yourself with a hot iron or something,
Yeah.
you know, and then uh, about 15 minutes later, hooey, bro, you talking about some pain, and it was not good for a while, but I'm out of the woods
I,
now.
I haven't been bitten, but I've been shot in my leg, so I know that feeling.
Yeah, they are similar, you know. I've had some of those instances too. Well, some, not one, uh, and it's similar with that with the burn feeling that you get if you get shot, or
Yeah.
that's feeling, and then it goes numb for a little bit, and then the pain starts coming back, and that's exactly the same way with a snake bite. You know, the only thing about it is that venom, man. That venom is something else, bro. I mean,
Wow.
it's toes numb, and it may never get the feeling back.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Uh,
sent me those pictures. You sent me those pictures. I was like, damn.
you
Damn.
do, yeah, man. But
Crazy.
I'm going to a neurosurgeon again on Tuesday, and that's just to be released and they can make sure that I'm getting circulation, and then I'll be heading back to getting my truck on Wednesday.
Cool.
Pick
Yeah.
me up,
I saw it. What was that?
and pick me up another student or another.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Get
Oh.
right crying. So now you're saying somebody had a question, but I didn't get a chance to read it. What was that about?
Yeah. Let me post it right here. I'll read it for you. Hopefully you understand me. I kind of figured out the audio 50. I know we didn't talk before because this is my first time having a guest. So you're my first guest on the live, which is awesome. But if I talk, it'll
Okay.
cut you off. So kind of you gotta let me finish, or I'll let you finish because otherwise I'll cut the audio a little bit. Um, but the question is right there on the screen. Another question, as far as he's asking about the Qualcomm, getting used to the time. That's what I'm understanding. Is it something they do in the classroom, or if it's something that you as a trainer will help them with once they're in the truck?
Uh, yeah. Well, I can tell you this: most of the students come, they have very, very little experience with that Qualcomm. Okay, and um, what I do the first day when you get with your trainer, you're just going to sit in the passenger seat. Your trainer's going to do the driving on the first day, and and he's basically giving you some driving tips that you're going to use day to day, like managing traffic that's merging on the interstate from the feeder road. Okay, that sort of stuff. They don't know how to merge, so we have to we have to manage somebody else, right? Okay, so we go through all of that stuff, and we talk them through whatever we're doing with the Qualcomm on the first day. The second day, however, the student does with me. They do everything, all the Qualcomm, all the customer work, everything, and within the first 3 to 4 trips, um, they're gonna know what's going on with the Qualcomm. And anybody who's nervous about that Qualcomm, note that thing it's made so somebody who pushed cash register menus at a McDonald's can work that Qualcomm. It's that
Yeah,
base.
yeah,
It's that so
it,
simple. Don't let that bother you.
yeah. It's definitely very simple. It looks intimidating. I remember my first time getting into it. enlisting classroom. You're trying to understand how it works, imagining just how it works and how it's going to be in real life. For a tech geek, I consider myself a little tech geek because I like technology. But still, when you get in a truck the first time with a trainer, you're trying, you're asking the question of, figuring out the menu and where it goes. But I do agree that it's very easily. I mean, we use smartphones every day. Most of us, even, my grandmother was 86 years old, uses a smartphone. So already, and she has her Facebook page and she messages. So, it's fairly easy for those, for, Mr. Bassett who was asked the question,
Yeah.
or anybody else watching this right now. The Qualcomm is not, it looks intimidating, but it's really not. I think the most important part, of maybe 50 can give me his side with agree or not, is really understanding your time management.
Yeah. And if you have a good trainer, he's going to teach you how to do it. And of course, I'm regional. My guys do regional stuff, and I have to show them how managing your clock as an OTR driver using regional time. And we get a new load every day, so it's a
Right.
little tricky. However, there's one trick that all of you guys who are going to do OTR learn this trick, and you're going to be just fine. Okay, and that is drive your ass off every day. Period. That's it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're OTR, regional, or whatever you're doing. Just do your job the best you can do it, and do that every day. You're never going to be late, and you're never going to have an issue. It's plain and simple. And if you can use a smartphone in comparison to a Qualcomm, it's like one of those little Disney phones with the big buttons that the kids play with. That's about the same thing. Qualcomms are just the most basic. If you're using 5K right now, a Qualcomm is like 720 or some shit, 720 DP or something. I mean, it's like super basic. Don't be
Yeah.
intimidated by any of that stuff, and time management, all that stuff. Look, just drive your clock out every day. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna win, and you're gonna win in a big, big, big way. The only thing I would suggest that everybody try to learn is when you don't have to use your DOT time, don't use.
Right.
Okay, be conservative with the time, and the time that you are using.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that because I've seen a lot of guys. My trainer, he did a pretty good job as far as training me what he needed to train me with, and what I didn't already know from my dad driving and my experience, my own experience. Because I watch a lot of YouTube videos ahead of time to kind of get the basic knowledge of what to expect. But uh, one thing that we disagreed on, and I'm pretty sure to share with us, is that he slept 11 hours a day. So like his break wasn't just 10, let's go. It was 11, 12 hours. But he didn't share that with me in the beginning. I went in the first few days, first week probably, like when he did the first run, like you explained, he did that first run. Excuse me, I'm getting used to his glasses, 50. My eyes are still getting adjusted. First day with him. But he did the first run, and when we dropped that off, and it was kind of not an easy run
Here,
because he got out.
I put mine on speaker like twins.
There we go. Now we all wear glasses.
There you go.
I don't feel that bad. Thank you, 50.
You-
Support.
I got you.
uh, but anyway, we got to that morning, and I asked him like, okay, so when are we gonna leave in the morning? And he's like, well, you tell me. Well, how will you do it? And I was like, well, our break out, 10-hour break, and we should be leaving. I think it was like 7 a.m. He's like, okay, cool. Well, I'm an early riser. You're excited, you're kind of prepared, getting your mindset. So I got up like at 5:30 in that morning. Went and got coffee, brushed my teeth, get all set. I'm sitting in the passenger seat already. 7 comes, he's still in the buck. And I'm not trying to be rude. That's his home, right? So 7:30, 8 o'clock comes. He's still in the bunk. I get out. I don't slam the door. I'm being very cautious. I'm outside venting. Like, what? This mother still in the bed.
Right.
You know, you told me 7 o'clock. Well, eventually at that first time, I think it was like nine in the morning. He just got up. Okay, let's go. And he cruised. He pedals, goes to the the fuel island because he didn't want to walk to go get his coffee. And then it's one of those just move forward and just walked in, do his bathroom, whatever. Person then come out. Okay, like you ready to go? I looked at him like I've been ready. I've been ready to go. And then that happened for like a week. And at the end of that first week, we were actually stuck in a hotel because his truck broke down. So we were in a hotel for that weekend, and we chatted. I spent most of my time in by the pool just chatting with my girl Ashley on video chat like the whole day. There was people there and stuff, and but we had a little conversation. I'm like, he's like, man, you upset, whatever, because you're not in the room. I was like, well, giving you your space, I'm having my space, but I told him like, you told me get up, at a certain time. I plan it. I'm doing my pre-plan like it's my truck already. But you don't get up till 2, 3 hours later. I'm getting up super early, and then you want to drive late. Because now we're driving super late at night, paying for parking. It was like totally the opposite of what I would do that I had in mind that I would do.
Right.
And but we had to chat it out. We made it work. After that point, I said, okay, I know you were sleeping 11 hours. Now I'm not going to wake up that early because that's what you want to do. And it's fine, and it's your truck and you're running it, not a problem. But at least let me know that's your plan. So I definitely encourage guys to go ahead and have that conversation with their trainers and ask them question of what is they're expecting, as far as do they run that hard at 10 or do they not run that hard, what is their schedule so that way they can get adjusted while they're with the trainer. Once you're on your own, you do what you feel is best for yourself. And but I totally agree with you on running hard because I did that every single time, and that's how I got the miles that I got, the experience that I got, the checks, and the loads that you're able to get delivered early, and how to get into your next load and keep running because that's the only way we make money.
Yeah, um, to everybody that's in the feed, that I know there's a lot of guys there that was in the feed that are going through orientation right now, and the time is going to come. If you're not an experienced driver, the time is going to come when you got to get on a mentor's truck or a trainer's truck. Okay, a couple of things for that I want to put on your mind as a trainee. There's only one thing that you can control, and that is you. Okay, you can't control the trainer. But what you're going to do is just roll with the flow. Okay, they're going to let you know how they're going to roll. Okay, they're going to let you know that either um, they're going to verbalize it or they're going to show you. Just keep rolling. Okay, if you're on my truck, it may be different than you're going to be on someone else's truck. I'm going to run a lot. We're going to do it hard. We're going to start early and we're going to get it done. Okay, and the reason I do that is because I want you guys uh, to be successful, and most trainers will feel the same way. You can then change what you want once you get on your truck, but at least I know that I gave you the tools if you fail. Okay, so keep an open mind. Okay, and try to absorb as much information as you can. Try to make it the best experience you can and the most knowledgeable experience that you can, because you're gonna need it. Okay, you will need that. And
Definitely.
yeah, and listen, guys, pack light. Okay, try to bring enough clothes that'll last you um, roughly 7 days. Okay, and no hard luggage, all soft luggage like duffels and stuff. Bring at least two, or maybe even three. One empty so that you can put your dirty clothes in that empty one. Okay, and then one backpack style so that you can take to the shower. That's going to be only your shower bag. Okay, and then another one holds your clothes, and the one that holds your clothes, if you're smart with it, that one could also serve as elevation for your feet or a pillow. And now things are out of your way. Okay. Another
Yeah.
tip, another tip for you guys, you're gonna get the top bunk, okay? If you lay your clothes out, lift the mattress up, you can lay your clothes flat underneath the mattress and then let your mattress back down. Okay, so all your clothes are underneath your mattress and it's out of your way. Okay, so you can do that. Make things a lot easier for yourself. And the more comfortable you are in the truck, the more relaxed you'll be the next day because you're going to have some good rest. Those things, they matter. They matter. When you get tired, you're going to get tired of your trainer.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. It matters now in summer coming in, especially
Holy.
because heat rises, guys.
Yeah.
And even with the truck on, it's still gonna feel that you're gonna feel a little of that heat. If possible, I would recommend just because I went through a little bit of that. I get hot real fast. It's whoop, we got somebody back there.
Brian in the
I
back.
would rec
He's about to go to work.
we I would recommend one of those small uh the car little fans.
Hmm.
Uh, even get out of truck stop while you're with your trainer because then you can just take it with you and you're not bringing nothing from home. But uh, definitely in the summertime right now, if you're training, I would recommend it because heat rises. That's normal. That's out of anybody's control, and it can get hot in that tough bunk a little bit, and depending on your trainer and where you're at. So definitely, I would definitely recommend that.
I guarantee you, I've even made videos about this. I guarantee you there's a 20-degree difference between the lower bunk and the top bunk. 100%. Okay. That at least 20% difference. Okay. Now, if it's uh if it's 70 degrees in that lower bunk and that's comfortable, it's 90 degrees in the top bunk and it is not. Okay. And most of the trucks have a little fan over behind the microwave area, a little circulation fan. Keep that thing on and it helps out quite a bit, but it's hot up there, so just be comfortable. And it's not cool if you bring in a bunch of stuff, you got to keep it up there with you, and then you're trying to lay
Yeah,
down and then you got to ball
yeah,
yourself up. You can't even get airflow up there because you got so much stuff and you won't need it. Okay.
yeah.
And I tell you something else, man. If your trainer is not letting you wash your clothes, he's not staying at a truck stop where you can get yourself cleaned up, more likely than not, you're in a bad situation because he nasty.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I was gonna ask you about that, 50, because I remember before I left or after I left now. But on the unofficial page, I remember somebody posting, and probably I don't know if you get involved in those pages, but I remember somebody posting complaining about trainer. Well, actually, it wasn't complaining about trainer. He was asking if anybody could help him get a shower because his trainer wasn't giving him a shower. Didn't want to use the points, and I'll testify. You're probably talking about how you handle it. I should, but I can say again, overall with my trainer, I had a great experience. We became friends for a little bit, but I
Yep.
did have a little bit of issue the last few days because he wouldn't take a shower every day, and the last few days he spent like 4 days without one. And I was broke. I was totally broke, to be honest. So I was, always waiting on him and taking the team shower. But those last 4 days, he did it. And guys, it was. I got to a point that I got super upset and irritated because then I couldn't sleep. So I called my girls like, babe, I need you to send me some $20 or something because I need to take a shower. And she sent it to me real quick. Us guys were private, so I didn't want to ask her for money, but I was done and over with. And he came back and said like, oh, what happened? It's like, dude, I had to take a shower. You were laying down there, not even asking me if I want to take a shower. You just went to bed. It's like, no, it's been 4 days. I can't do that.
Oh my God. Well, so now let me let the cat out of the bag for you guys. It's still in orientation right now. Melton has a deal with Loves. Okay. So if you're a Melton driver, you're gonna get automatic diamond status. Okay. So that means it was your little love card. Your automatic diamond status. That means you're gonna get free coffee, free soft drink refills, and free showers.
Yep.
Okay, so it doesn't cost your trainer a dime to
I,
get you a shower.
I still have it, 50. I still have it.
Let me call somebody right now. We're gonna get that. Hey, there should be no reason why your trainer lets you get a shower. And like I said, man, if you're not getting clean, it's because something else, man. It's that guy is nasty. That's just that. And more likely his truck will be nasty. He's just gonna be nasty. Not
Yeah,
always that way, but if you don't tell it, nobody knows. Somebody else is gonna come in there and have a nasty trainer. So you got to say something to somebody. You know,
yeah,
talking to you guys that's coming up. Through. See you
yeah.
later. My wife is waving to me. I'll see you when you get back.
Take care of business. Take care of business. Don't get in
Out there
trouble.
in the driveway, am I? I can't remember. I maybe have her blocked in. She might have to drive my car. But
But
you
but
guys,
definitely talk to somebody. That's for sure. If you guys walk into any company, not only Melton but any company, you go into a trainer's truck and they're not in a healthy, comfortable environment. Make sure don't even get in that truck. Make sure to call, and if it happens afterwards, call the office. They'll take care of you. They will do it in a respectful and discreet manner, but definitely make sure that you are comfortable with
they're
being
going.
taken care of.
They're going to be checking back with you. Melton's going to be calling you as a trainee. They're going to be calling you to make sure everything's good. And so, okay, um, yeah, I heard you. I'll be over there in just a minute. Um, and I blocked her in. And but, so it before the trainer can become a trainer. The Melton goes out there and they inspect those trucks to make sure that the trainer is clean. But between the time of the first trainee and the 10th trainee, they don't. So it could look like he could be done rubbed his butt all over the cabinets and everything. Just got skid slides all over there, and they don't know it yet. Then you tell him, hey man, this guy needs to get some baby wipes in here and clean his track out. They don't know if you don't say something, okay? But
That's right.
but your personal hygiene, man. Trainers know that the people who get on their truck ain't there. They're not millionaires. And they're coming there to get started. Okay, so they know you don't have money, but Melton has fixed it up, so they don't have to pay for your showers. And not only that, the trainer can feed you, and Melton will break them off some money for that too. So it's no reason for you guys to be hungry or dirty. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you
How do
know.
you?
I'm gonna let you yap with them for a minute. I'm gonna go move so she can get out and not fuss at me. I'll be right back.
All right, all right. Well, if 50 comes back, we'll let him take care of that. Take care of business here real quick. But hope you guys are enjoying the unplanned uh, duo here with 50 plus. If you haven't checked out the channel, make sure to check it out. But definitely, as he's saying, when he comes back, if you guys are in Melton, Bassett, Big Bro, I'm sorry, I'm blocking names over here, but let me check on the chat real quick. If you guys are going in, if you guys have any issues with the trainers, just contact the office. Melton will take care of you discreet. Let me double check here, chat real quick, see what's up. What's up? What's up, Alex? I saw that. Hi, Alex. How you doing? We're doing all right, man. We're here on the road doing our thing, staying busy in this new venture, the next chapter going on for Ashley and myself. So this is awesome. We'll talk about that later on. Spaz, you retired military still not mindset being up early and prep. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of ex-military or retired military guys come into trucking lately. Um, and I think that's awesome. It definitely keeps you busy, keeps you on the road, and that's a great mentality. I almost went to the military. I didn't. Uh, Several occasions that I went. Sometimes, most of the time, 50% I wish I did. Um, just went through it, but I did it. So thank you for your service. For all you guys, men and women that service, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Um, so watch your backside. Got to be clean. 10-4 on that. You bet, brother. You bet. Man, I say you still got free showers too. I know. I got free showers. But yeah, they have that with Loves. So there is no reason. What I would recommend is that if you're going in, I haven't done the video. I started recording at one point last year and I didn't really finish it, so it kind of stayed in limbo. Guys, for those guys coming in, just keep, you don't know, pull out my cards from my wallet. But when you go with the trainer, he goes to the field for the first time. Doesn't matter if it's a Loves or a Pilot. Make sure that you get these cards the first time you go in. So this is Pilot's card, the rewards card. Make sure you get it. They also have the apps for Loves and Pilots and TA. And once you get your card, you can put that information on the app and you can use your phone and not have to use this. But this is definitely have it. Pilot, it's the Loves rewards card. And then you got TA and Petro, which is this one, but they are the only ones that you can sign up online or in their truck stops directly, but they will mail you a set of cards. So you only get that sent home. So do this one early because this one's going to be sent home to you for the TA and Petro. So, but definitely these are the cards that you need to have the rewards. And usually I'll let 50 answer that when he gets back on that question. But usually what happens is when they fuel, the trainer wants to, of course, have their points so they can have their points in the shower. My trainer, the way he worked was towards the end, like last week that I was running by myself, I used my fuel card on one, he'll use a fuel card on the other. That way he still got some points and he still got shower points for himself after training. But I started, at least had a couple of them when I upgraded to my own truck. I already had a couple of showers at either one. Now, like 50 said, Melton has a deal with Loves that we got on the diamond status, so you get free showers and every Loves. So take advantage of that. All you need to have is the card, sign in. You need to have, if I'm not mistaken, you need to have, they require you to ask a truck number. Just use your trainer's truck number for the meantime, of course, and then change that information with them, customer service or at the store, once you get upgraded. But make sure to get these cards so you can have your showers and get your points as soon as you get on the road with your trainer, because that's how you're going to take a shower and get some points. And if you like to save your reward points, you can use them for food. I use them for candy from time to time, get drinks, get hot dogs, and just get free stuff in there. Some guys like to accumulate the points over time, and they've got CB radios or TVs and whatnot. So I think 50's back. He's back into his spot. So let's bring him back on here. Let's bring him back on. Let me unmute this. Let's get back on here. There we are. I think I got you. There we go, 50.
Here we go. Good deal.
There we go. So I was telling them to make sure they get those reward cards as soon as they get, to the truck stop, so they they can, they can work out a deal with their trainer. You can tell them how you normally do work that with your trainees.
Well, I can tell you, if you're on my truck, we're gonna stop at Loves. That's what we do. I only fuel at Loves. I'll do everything at Love, and I hope. Well, they know it because they look at my fuel records, but they might have a fuel solution that tells me to go to a TA or a Pilot or no. I pass it up and go to Loves. I go to Loves all the time, okay? And that's because we get diamond stats, man. I like them points. Y'all know I'm cheap. I like that free money, right? But I do stop at Pilots, TA, Petro. Well, TA and Petro are going to give you the Ultra One card, okay? And I go inside to the kiosk and get that handle so that when they go home, they'll have that card with them, okay? And the same thing with Pilot and Flying J's, get those cards, okay? Pilot and Flying J's the same card. Petro and TA is the same card. Love's got their own thing. Okay, but you want those cards because let's say you wanted to use the park. Okay, take a shower. You could go to the fuel island and put in 60 gallons of fuel and get a free parking spot. okay, or get a free shower if you don't have points for that particular place. But let's say you fuel and spend get 60 gallons of fuel, get a free shower. You was going to buy fuel anyway, eventually. And if you needed a shower, you're just going to pay for a shower. So just go ahead on and get the free points so that'll give you a free shower. It's how I do it, if that's the case. But, I'm going to find a love so I can get it for free. That includes
Yeah.
coffee.
Well, I'm going to share one other tip for when you guys get your own truck, and I'm sure 50, you know this one, especially on pilots. So if you don't go to Lovey, you go to and I haven't go to a pilot of Flying J, there's 50 gallons, right? You get your shower point at 50 gallons. Well,
Right.
if I have to fuel 101 gallon, I would fuel 50 first, cut it, redo it again, and then fuel the other 51. Because that way you got 2 shower points. So
Yeah.
I did that a lot.
Yeah.
Right now I do that I continue doing that. So I still have diamond saddles with Loves, but I like mostly to Flying J because I like their coffee better than Loves. To be honest, I like their coffee better. That's no advertisement, no paid promotion, but I like their coffee better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do that all the time, and I got like 8.5 showers, and I'm not gonna run out of that.
Right. Well, the most important thing that you guys need to take in consideration when you're coming out of orientation, going to a trainer's truck. Number one, sometimes there's a delay between the time you finished complete orientation and the time that you're dispatched to a trainer's truck. It could be a while. It could be a week or so. Okay, be patient because they do have a system in which they are matching you with a trainer that's going to be where you guys are going to have the best opportunity to mesh. Okay, so be careful there. Be patient. Okay, and then once you get on that trailer's truck, keep an open mind. Okay, and just try to grab as much knowledge as you can. I know that there's a lot of negative about trainers, but Melton is extremely picky about who they allow to be trainers as well. So if you guys just hang in there, you're gonna do just fine. It's gonna be all right. Plus, it's only 3 weeks.
Yeah,
you done dated ugly chicks longer than 3 weeks, so you can hang in there. You can hang.
I'm gonna show you this.
Look at her. Is he watching you?
No. Is
he watching this video? Tell him I said,
hey. I don't know this driver. I run into them, especially because I'm staying in the East when I'm running. So
yeah.
That's also Melton's biggest competition up here. But every time I stop and see if I know the driver or whatever, I still find myself when I'm going opposite side of the highway, I say hello, and you can see the confusing face, like,
why is that guy waving at me? Do we have any? I don't see the questions, by the way. Do we get any questions?
Yeah, no, that's a lot of just fuel free showers. No, not a lot of questions. You guys got any questions again? This is 50. Especially for you guys that are planning to come into flatbed. Make sure to post any questions. So we'll give you a few minutes to do that. But 50, man, thanks for coming on. I'm glad you're doing great, man. I'm doing great. I definitely was worried, been checking on you here and there.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see that video today that you're going back to work. So get one of these guys that are coming orientation back to work. Get them started right.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna give them a shot. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try not to upset too many people. I try to be good. Sometimes I'm not, but I do try to be good.
Well, let me ask you this.
I hadn't had an unsatisfied trainee yet.
Yeah, what is in your trainer's experience, and I know you do train in Swift as well before you moved into Melton, but when it comes to Melton since you began to be a trainer, what may be the biggest challenge that you find maybe common in your trainees, kind of like they they struggle, and maybe for these guys to kind of pay attention to?
Um, I believe their worst enemy is themselves. What I see is guys um, believing that they can't do it in here. They believe they can't do it while they're doing it. And I came back into that spot. What do you mean? It's like 20 spots. You're not gonna hit anything, just back in there, and
Right.
then they back in and they may not back into the spot they wanted, or they may be crooked or something. And then in here they failed. And I tell them, that was a successful back. Why? Because you didn't hit anything. And when we go to
Right.
a customer at a job site, there's no lines. So
Right.
you did fantastic. And these guys, a lot of them, they just believe that that they're gonna fail for some reason, or that they screwed it up and they're mad at themselves or whatnot. I get that, but I generally squish that, their first day of driving. The first day with me, every day you're going to get 3 backs every day. I don't care if you can do it perfect from that point on. You're still going to do 3 every day with me. Melton says you have to do a minimum of 10 to complete the training. You can get more than that in the first week with me, because we're going to do it a lot. I want you to feel comfortable. And my theory of it is, I'm not teaching you how to back while you're on my truck. I can't. I mean, there's too many different scenarios for backing, okay? But what I can do is teach you the theory of backing. That way you can apply that theory with any back you do and be successful. And that's what I'm trying to get in that head. And I haven't had a single student have a single backing accident since ever. No student that I've ever trained has had a problem with backing. And I think that is the challenge that most of you guys have when you get ready to come out here. Just know that you can do it.
It's take your time.
Just know you.
I tell the guys that ask me, take your time when you're doing it. Forget, even especially when you're on your own, because after they get off the truck with you, that excitement. You get excited, and then when they give you that first low, you're nervous at the same time, and
Yeah.
you start rushing. You start rushing through it. You feel like you're rushing through everything, and just take a breather, breathe deep, calm down, one step at a time. You get to that first, truck stop, or that night, that afternoon, whatever, that morning, and you got to park. I don't care if there's 20 other trucks around you trying to park. Just you deal with you. If you have a CV, turn it off. Open the window. Deal with yourself. Get out and look as many times as you need to, um, and just be as careful as you can, to not hit anything, but also to be careful with the trailer, the equipment, and everything else, because spread axles is the biggest challenge to get used to. When even coming from drive ed, you have to get used to that. You can't do certain things with a spread axle, and depending how you're loaded as well, you have to be very careful. So it's definitely a challenge, but it is doable. And I was thinking about that too. I mean, we could probably see it on social media all the time, or leader conferences, things like that. But I was listening and thinking about that throughout the day as well. Is the biggest enemy that we have is ourselves, to tell
Yeah.
us that we can't make it, we can't do this, we can't do that. Um, you got nothing to lose, but give it a try. Give it your best. Give it your idea. The best, the worst that can happen is that you fail at it. Well, that doesn't mean that you can't try it again. Learn from what you failed at. If you screwed up the first back in and you want to, impress your trainer, and you did it because you were too nervous, take a little breather, try it again. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. You know, even if that trainer, and this is my mindset, even the trainer gave you an attitude because you didn't get up, you didn't listen to, or got upset at you or whatever. Don't let that bring you down, because it's your career, it's your life, it's your purpose, it's what you're going to do, it's your goals. You just go back in there and, hey, I'm doing it again. You're doing it again, and don't give up and do it again. Just learn from what you know, where you messed up at. You were too nervous. You hit too much to the left, the wheel to the left and to the right, and relax. You know, make yourself relax. We're grown people. We're grown men and women out here. Because there's plenty of women that are coming into this as well to this industry. So if you come out here and I said at the beginning of the live, and I'll continue saying it in just about every few of the videos, is you come with a plan, stick to your plan, have a goal and mindset, and let that drive you. Let that drive what you do. Um, let that drive. I know when you came, you shared in the beginning, you know, why you came to Melton and the goals that you have and mindset, and I know that continues driving you. You
Right.
know, I've shared my goals a little bit here, not in fully because I want to let the journey play out for the audience, but you know, I'm working towards that. Is there adjustments? Definitely. We both, right? We all make adjustments in the
Oh yeah.
process. And so there's always going to be a curveball that's going to be thrown at you. It could be, you know, there's going to be doors that may try to be open, and you try to think it's a green light for you to jump up. Just make sure, as best as you can, that that's what you want to do. And I learned this from older guys. I always hanged around since I was a young man with older people, older folks. I was very rarely around after high school. I was very rarely with people my age. I was always with older people. Uh, so I had a lot of sayings, a lot of instructions, a lot of knocks in the heads, you know, to listen. Uh, but it's once you make a decision. I was told one time when I wanted to start my detailing business. I think I shared with you directly in Dallas. I had a detailing business for about 8 years. It took me 6 years of having that thought in my head of wanting to do that business because I was scared. I was scared of trying. I was scared of my ex would have said, the mother of my kids at the time. I was scared of what my dad would say. I was scared of what my mom would say. I was scared if I was going to make it. I was scared if I could do it. I was scared if I had the skills to do it. Uh, I was scared. So I continued jumping from job to job to job that I did not like, but I could do because I'm smart enough to do them. But I didn't like him. I got bored. And it wasn't until I went to a conference, and this has nothing to do with religion, but I went to a conference, and the speaker gave this story about him visiting another guy, another church or whatever. And the guy came out of jail. And he, after the whole convention, the guy came to him and it's like, you know, I came out of jail. I have this on my record, and I can't get a job, and uh, you know, I've tried everything, and I can't do it. And the guy said, okay, so you've been told plenty of times. I said, yeah, okay. He asked the pastor of the church. He asked him, hey, do you got a bucket and a couple of towels? They got him some bucket, and this was in L.A. He walked outside to the street into a corner with the gentleman. And he's like, what are we doing to do? We're going to sit in the corner, or we're going to wash windows. Oh, but they're going to deny you. They're going to tell me no. So what? You've been told no already. What's the difference? But you might get a couple of yes. So long story short, they stayed there. Um, he started making a couple of bucks. The pastor said, okay, I'll check on you in a few weeks. You keep doing this. Just to jump up in the story, 5 years later, the guy owns one of the biggest window cleaning companies in LA. Coming out of jail, he hired people from that was coming with records that couldn't get a job. He would hire them to get on their feet and be successful, have a job, be able to get on their feet. But he became a business owner. But it was that story that pushed me in my head at that period of time. I think I was 24 years old with 5 kids, you know, small children, and came to my mind and said, just start with what you got. And I started with a bucket, went to Walmart, bought some soap and stuff, and I told the people that I knew, like, hey, let me wash your car. Let me wash your car. Let me wash your car. And I remember a couple of people like, you doing what? I said, yeah, let me wash your car. I just, let me do it. I wanted to get into this. It's my new business. And I started designing logos and all that kind of stuff. And I did it for 8 years, and I have very good money.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that business. But if it wasn't for me believing in that I could do it, I'd probably be here today because it's the same mentality that I've applied then through those years. From that point on, I never let anybody tell me that I couldn't do something.
Right.
Not my kids, not my ex-spouse, not even my pastor that was like a dad to me, not my own dad, not my mom. Anytime they came at me like, oh, you don't know if we can do that, I was like, I got this. I would like, I love you, but no thank you. I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. And if I failed, I failed, but I gave it a shot. I learned from that. I just didn't quit. So, what we're saying is in the trucking is apply the same mentality. If you made a decision to come into this industry, come with a plan. Definitely, I tell you, come with a plan and desire. But don't give up. Don't give up because of what other people say. Don't give up because you made a mistake. Get up and try it again. We're gonna screw up all the time. This adventure that I'm doing right now, it may work the way I'm hoping that it works. It may not, but I gave it a shot. I gave it a shot. I'm gonna learn from it, But I'm making the best out of it. I'm learning through it. I'm networking with people like yourself and in the industry to have the best opportunity that I can while I'm doing this to reach my goals. So there's my preaching for the day, 50.
You know, of everybody who's listening, who's at 806 in
That's
the
806 in the house. My man Chris from Texas. That's another Texas boy.
and he must be hell of a feller.
Oh, he is. If you haven't met him, go check. He's a hell of a fellow, man. He's up there.
There's a. I say this to everybody that I can. Everybody can win, but winning ain't for everybody. Okay, it ain't, because winning takes some failing. Winning takes some pain, and it takes some sweat. Winning takes some suffering. That's why only 1% wins. Okay, because too many people get almost there and stop. Think about this, man. There's a lot of huge car wash places making a bunch of money. Start with somebody, with a bucket and a towel. Think about that. I mean, there's people who have to who takes care of the lawns and gardens at big businesses, big companies, big complexes. Start with somebody with a lawnmower. It whatever it is that you want starts. It's got to start somewhere. You don't have to start at the top just to be successful. Start at the bottom, work your way through it. But it's not going to be easy from the bottom to the top. That's a long journey there. And that's going to be some stumbling blocks. There's going to be some things in your way. There's people telling you that you can't do it. A whole lot of that. Those are actually character building situations. Suck them up and enjoy them. Okay. And keep going. Just keep pushing. I'm where I am because, I was, 12 years old, 11 years old, pushing lawnmowers up the street. And then, my parents' garage full of neighbors' lawnmowers and friends, so I could do tune-ups on them in the garage before the summer started. All that stuff, I did it, man. But I always had the entrepreneur spirit. And no matter what anybody ever said about what my shortcomings and what any of my failures and all that kind of stuff, never would stop me. I keep going. But eventually, you hit pay dirt. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep going, man. It's not easy, but you have to keep going, and you will make it. And when you make it, boy, you sit like this here.
Yeah.
Your wallet's so fat, Hey, man. Not money ain't everything, okay? But to be able to succeed and watch your dreams come true, that's where you measure that success. If that's what you want, I measure my success in what I leave for my children, what kind of legacy I leave. That's what I want. That I wouldn't even be doing trucking if it wasn't for that. You know, my son wants a trucking business, and I got to learn it. You know, so I keep pushing. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
goals
You
change,
definitely.
man. I didn't think I was going to still be with Melton. I mean, my goal was come to flatbed so I can get that 1 year experience, and then get on. 'Cause I couldn't even get insurance to buy my own truck, right? But you know, goals change. I ain't leaving because this is pretty damn good company, man. You know, Melton is pretty damn
Yeah.
good. It's hard, man. When you every time you get in to start the truck up, and you hit a home run every time. It's kind of hard to believe that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you
Yeah.
know, so
And
all you
that's the point.
go ahead.
You have to find what fits you. You have to find based on what you want to reach. And you know, at this point, you found Melton, and even though you had a plan A, you
Mhm.
figured out that there was something that you could else get out of it,
Yep.
and that you're working towards that.
Yep.
Um, and we got a couple people here that agree with us, so I'm just gonna share that. Mr. Manuel says yes, sir. Winning for everybody. You can ride on.
That's it,
You,
man.
Chris from 806. You know, lots of failures. It takes one. You know, we hear if you everybody here on social media, we talk about, you know, the famous Jordan and you know the late Kobe, you know, Bryant nowadays, you know,
Mhm.
they talk about their failures, you know, but they work hard.
Mhm.
It what we get confused nowadays, and a lot of guys come in with a wrong perspective, is
Yes.
because they they see social media and what people like to post, like, oh look, you know, I was working here for 6 months, or I got my truck, or I didn't even work with a company and I went and bought a used truck and I'm making it. But we don't know what's in the background. And it doesn't mean that they're not making it, but that may not be the steps that you need to make. That may not be what needs to happen to you. It may not be as glamorous as it looks on social media. We all know how that works, right? So you I think very hard. You know, I thought very hard about coming to you know Tennessee Steel Haulers and making this list purchase jump. Real hard, months. And I researched and spoke to a lot of people, but it wasn't until, you know, with Ashley and myself, but it wasn't until my mind and my heart were in the same page of let's give it a shot. Because I said I always knew that I was a good enough driver and I did enough work that if I didn't like it, I go back to Melton, you know, and I know I know what they gave, you know, I know what I can get there,
Right.
and it works for me, you
Right.
know. So there's nothing wrong with doing it. Now, with that said, in a little parentheses, I do say that I don't agree and think it's healthy to be jumping from company to company to company as a truck driver. Uh, and I think you shared this in one or a few of your videos as well that I've watched. I don't think that's healthy to do. And when I see people doing that, it it saddens me because they don't understand what they're putting in their resume, how that's hurting. Because me
Right.
as a boss, if I'm hiring you and I see you jumping from one place to the other, for whatever reason it may have been, uh, I'm going to be a little bit doubtful of having you as an employee because I'm going to expect you to leave in a short period of time whenever you see a golden coin on the other side that's being shown at you. You know what I mean? So that's 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 I told one of the kids. I told one of the kids before I left Melton. I was in Tulsa. I remember that one of my last loads in Tulsa. I went and met one of the new guys in orientation that was a subscriber, and I told him the same. I said, "Not." He said he never heard it before. I imagine you know, we're the older and they're the younger. It's like not, you know, not everything that shines is gold.
Mhm.
You know, and you have to do your research whenever you're offered something. You know,
Right.
I have family members. I've seen my own dad. He doesn't watch my videos, so I don't worry about it. But I see my own dad. I see my own dad that he's been driving trucks since he was 17. He's 62, 63 right now. Um, but he's jumped in so many adventures trying to make a dream come true. Unfortunately, possibly with wrong people, I'm sure my mom had something to do with some of that.
Mhm.
uh, but he still, he hasn't been able to accomplish what he wanted to do. I know that, and that frustrates him a little bit. But even with that, without him telling me details of what he's been through, just for knowing my father, I know that he wished he could have taken some of the decisions back that he made. But I've seen one of the things that I know that he did. He jumped a lot. He jumped from one company to another, or from a owner operator to another owner operator.
Yeah.
Uh, and most of the time is always for something very simple. My dad's a hard headed, very prideful Puerto Rican. Uh, he's been doing this for so long that they're like, I know more than you do, especially when they work with a younger owner operator who's younger than him. And
Right.
I've told them plenty of times, like, Dad, it's their business. If you want to work with them, is you're the employee. Can't get upset because they want to run in a certain way
You're
that
right.
you wouldn't. But he's an old man. He's still doing his thing. But that's my thing. Don't jump from one spot to another. Have a plan, and that's what I did. I shared, and that's what I already said it before. I had a plan to be with Melton within, and I think you and I spoke about this. Within a year and a half, 2 years, or 3 years. That was my plan there. And unless something actually happened that changed that, that was my original plan. Stay
Yeah.
there. We're gonna save money as much as can, because that's why we're sacrificing being in this truck as home. Um, and that was my original plan. I'm gonna save money and maybe be able to fix my credit, maybe be able to buy, or buy a truck then. At that point, whether it was a new truck or a used truck, I had no idea. I've been debating the whole pros and cons and all that kind of stuff. But through the whole year and a half, then this opportunity was thrown at me. But it was thrown at me not from the company. It was another, an owner operator and another driver. And did my research just like I did with Melton. I couldn't find much, but talking with people, and doing my research, talking with them, talking with other people, uh, I met another driver from a different company that was jumping into the same company, so I was able to stay in touch with them and have an inside look a month before I actually made the decision to come in.
Yeah.
And we're here. We're here now, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. And again, I keep promoting the Melton. I will always promote. I spoke to Angie yesterday or the day before yesterday about the raise, because I told her the Instagram post that's why I follow them most. They posted, did not, what's the word? Did not. I had it. I said it a little earlier. It did not share the information about the race properly, where you could understand that they were given that extra 5 cents at the year. It only said the 1 year, the 1 cent raise to 47 cents. Um, Bless you. And then it said, up to 63 for the year plus experienced drivers. Well, a lot of people, believe me, I got several messages of people like 1 cent, that's
That-
not a raise, blah, blah, blah. But the additional information wasn't in that post. So I told her, I was like, I want to know the information properly. So when I do another video, which is part of what I shared earlier, guys can understand what that was all about, and how it's going to work
Right.
after that 1 year. So,
Right. You know, and you know, I agree with you. And whenever I talk to guys about the money, I try to speak to them in a in an annual type of way, because I want to know what you plan on, or what you need to make to stay happy for the year. If it's 40,000, okay. If it's 50, excuse me. If it's 80,000, we got, and I'll explain to them. This is what you do. Keeping your bullseye somewhere around that, between 40 to $50,000 first year type of situation. And if they raise the pay, then it's just going to make it easier to get to that $40,000-$50,000 range. Okay. But if you're trying to get 60,000-70,000 in your first year, It doesn't matter if you can understand that raise pattern or not, because it's not going to happen. You're not going to get there in your first year, and then I can kind of see where their mind's at, because if they're okay, then I know one or two things: either they're okay with getting somewhere around 50,000, and they're okay with it, or they plan to be there for a short period of time anyway. And if that's the case, guess what? It doesn't matter how the raise situation is going to work, because they're going to leave, because they don't plan to stay long enough to absorb the benefits of time. And for all of you guys that are coming into this industry and thinking that in 6 months you're gonna leave your company, no matter which company is at, and then you're gonna go get a truck and then you're gonna start being an owner operator. You are not gonna be successful. I'm just gonna be straight up with you, dude. Don't work. That's not how this industry works. Okay. The only way that could even you can even do that for 6 months after you leave your job, meaning buy a truck and then go do it and exist for 6 months, is that you had done saved up enough money to carry yourself for 6 months. But in that 7th month, you're gonna be back in the company, because it don't work that way. You're gonna have to be patient and build up some knowledge of the industry. And I can tell you this: the more you learn about how things work, the more you're gonna say, "Man, do I really want to put $170,000 into a depreciating, not even an asset? It's not even an asset. It's
You're cutting off a little bit on us.
How's that? Am I back? Y'all find me? Can you hear me?
On my side, guys can tell me if you guys can still hear 50, but you cut off just a little bit. I know that part of the house signal is not as strong.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I tried to go back up and go into my little media room. I got the signal booster outside there, but I'm hoping that it works. Is it working? You guys can hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. Listen, there's a whole lot of and I'll say this, and I'm gonna let you guys have it. I'm gonna go downstairs and prop my feet up. But look, plus I don't ramble mouth too much. Guys, listen, come into this industry with a goal, okay? And in an open mind, because that goal is going to be a moving target for a little while until you can learn what this industry is about. There's going to be a lot of naysayers. Some going to say, don't go lease a truck and all this kind of stuff. And you talk to them long enough, you find out that they're leasing their apartment, they're leasing their car, they're leasing a whole lot of other things in life. They don't own the truck they're driving. They may have a truck payment. What's the difference? What's the difference between you don't own it, except with the lease, you can give it back and leave it, walk away and do something different. When you buying it, you still got to pay that $170,000. And I'm gonna tell you something. The truck was $170,000. Okay, and here you are trying to get up there to pay that $170,000, and it goes like this. By the time you done paid $170,000, that truck ain't worth jack. It's nothing, because you done drove it to death. Okay, so there's a whole lot of things to think about when you get in the industry. And so when people tell you don't lease, you know why they tell you that not to lease? You know why they tell you that? Because they can't do math. That's why they're telling you to lease. Because if I was sitting in my Melton T680 right now, I could reach down, grab my book out, open it up, and show you where that truck is being leased. So you're going to tell me that owner operator that one truck is telling you not to lease is smarter than the man that's got 1,500 trucks and 30 years of success is wrong, right? right? Or Swift that's got 25,000 trucks and every one of them leased. But they're stupid too.
Yep.
That one owner operator that's telling you not to do it. He's smarter than them, right? He's smarter than
Yeah.
every other mega character. He's smarter than Prime. He's smarter than Maverick and any other company out there. That one guy's smarter than all of them because all of them lease, every one of them. So,
Yep.
dude, you're doing the right thing. You just keep on going, and when that is a tool that you're sitting in right now. That is a word.
Awesome again.
There you go. You know what? That's my signal telling me to shut up. Hey guys,
No, it's all good for you. I definitely get it.
I appreciate you guys, man, and enjoy your show. Okay, I done already used an hour and 44 minutes of it.
I appreciate you just jumping on, man. It was better good communication. We got the guys laughing up here, but before you go, thank you. But I'll share what you on here, so before you take off, take a nap, because you are over there yawning.
Yeah.
Oh man, yawning.
Don't take me.
It is right. You have to know your numbers. You have to know what yourself you get into. You have to understand the industry, and it doesn't matter if it takes you a year, 2 years, 3 years to get there. It's not a timing. It's your time. It's you understanding what you're getting yourself into. You know, some of us do it at a shorter period of time. Some of us do it at a later period of time. It doesn't. You're not in a race with anybody else but yourself. You're not in a race with anybody else but yourself. So I'm definitely going to show. I'm not one to be showing numbers. If you want to know numbers about the lease and how we're doing, send me an email and I'm free to communicate with you, or reach out on Instagram. I'm free to communicate with you. I'm not going to make the channels about numbers and all this YouTube about, oh, here's what I made and all that kind of stuff, because that is all relative to your lifestyle and my lifestyle, my plans, your goals, my goals. You guys know, like, I don't pay rent. The only rent I do pay is $300 to a storage unit. That's it. Other than that, I have my cell phone and my car and my bike insurance to the minimum, but I don't have large bills because that's a sacrifice we make. So my profit is not going to be exactly the same as the next guy's profit.
Right.
And their profit is not going to be exactly as mine. So you have to know your numbers. You have to know what it costs to run this truck. You have to know about maintenance, and we'll get into all that as we go in this journey, man. But definitely agree with you. Appreciate you coming on like that. We're going to do this more often. I love chatting with 50 guys. I love being with you. I'm glad you're good. Get back to work and get one of these new guys over there getting out of the trainer's office and get them in shape, man.
They'll see me. They'll see me before long. Before I get off here, I'll do this with you. There you go.
There you go.
Do the old man thing, okay? and to all you guys out there in Tulsa waiting on me, I'm gonna come up there and holler at you in a little bit. I'll be there.
All right, 50. We'll see you next time, buddy.
All righty.
All right, guys. So that was 50. Thank you guys for joining us for this long. It's been an hour and 47, almost 2 hours. I respect, but that's 50 plus. If you haven't checked this channel out, make sure to go check it out. He's a Melton driver. He's a regional driver and a trainer right now for the last few months. So make sure to go check out. I appreciate you guys being on here. But just before we end the live, guys, if there's any questions, again, I appreciate it. If you haven't hit that like button already, if you're liking the content and the information, please hit that like button. It just helps the channel continue to grow. So I can continue sharing the content with you guys. I'll do it anyway. You guys know that. I'm going to do it anyways. But I appreciate you guys being here. But like we were saying, and this is something that's it's really in my heart, and I'm going to say it with an open heart. Come with a plan, guys. Don't let anybody push you into doing something that you don't want to do. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't accomplish this. If this is a career that you want to get, the business that you want to jump yourself into, just know what you're getting yourself into. You do the research. Understand this is not. If you come here for a paycheck, be a company driver. That's fine. Then be a company driver. Find one that works for you. Uh, but if you're coming here with dreams of owning your own truck, there's a lot of information that we all need to learn. I learn every day. I don't know it all. I just know enough for right now to make the steps that what I'm doing, and I feel comfortable in making those decisions because of the knowledge that I've gained from people like 50, people like 806 driver, people like Jorge Navarro that I've networked with, people like my father, and my own knowledge and my own research and my own ability to understand what I have to do. My year and a half in Melton Truck Lines was great. We had our ups and downs, but my experience that I took out of being with Melton, I don't regret it. I wouldn't have gotten it otherwise, and I appreciate what they do with the company. So if you guys are jumping in, if you still to this length of the video, you guys still here in the live. I see Rico jump in. What's up, Rico? How's it going, brother? Hope you're doing all right out there on the road. He's another Melton driver still. Um, Guys, just make sure to come in with a plan. Know what you're getting yourself into. Just don't jump, to the first thing that you do. And I will get into more videos about the lease purchase program. Uh, Speak a little bit about the numbers, about the truck, trailer, and Tennessee Steel Haulers. Those videos will continue to come. But if you're just coming into the industry, go check out Melton and see if they're work for you. But hey, guys, I appreciate you coming to the live. Uh, Much appreciated, guys. Much love for all you guys. Make sure the merch is still there for you guys who might be interested. I haven't said anything at any given time, but I do got merch in my channel, just some t-shirts. It just help. I barely even look at if any of you guys order anything. But if you're interested in supporting the channel, go check out the Teespring link that I have on one of the other videos. I'll have to add this on the replay, but I got a couple of shirts in there. I'm gonna add a couple of more designs on that. And just like saying before I forget is I've spoken to a couple of you guys that won the free ones, and I know a couple of you guys got theirs already. But I am actually working right now because I was too busy. Right now, I'm actually doing the last two that I'm sending out. So I apologize for the delay on that. But with everything that's going on, it got a little sidetracked there. But I'm doing that right now so it gets over you and I don't forget. But if you want to support the channel, definitely with the merch, definitely helps. Go check out the link over there. Other than that, just a thumbs up on the video. Much appreciated. Much love, guys. And we'll see you on the next video. We'll start delivering this load tomorrow. And we'll see you probably by Tuesday or Wednesday. All right? We'll Friday out. Peace.